All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the second game in our finals series. Insert team name here. Took game 1, but will they be able to take game 2? Will Team Deathbringer be able to find their way back, ladies and gentlemen? We are absolutely going to find out right about not now, because we got unqueued from spectating. Wait a second. What the? The match might have crashed. Lobby remake. Okay, one sec. Game is getting remade. That's okay. That gives me a moment to figure out how to do this as well. I've never figured out how to mute alerts. I tried to mute alerts for the tournament, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how to. Because removing them from the source in OBS doesn't actually stop them. So I just want to know how to take them off so they don't interrupt the tourney stuff. There's gotta be a way. I guess you could turn off manual. I could probably do this, actually. If I do that, maybe? If I, like, disable them manually? Nope, that didn't disable them at all. Oh, because I gotta save. Okay, if I do boom, 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 boom. If I do this, and then save settings, I think that'll turn them off just for the tournament. I think. Okay, let's get spectated back into this match, ladies and gentlemen. Little spectator issue there. Little spectator, little lobby problem. Okay, we are queued back up, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get myself to the middle of the screen so I am out of your way. Okay, I think I disabled the alerts. I think. So that way they don't interrupt any of the gameplay stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Into the second game of our best of 3 final series. Insert team name here versus Rush Deathbringer. Insert team name here found themselves on the winning end of the last match. It was an incredible back and forth game. So incredible, in fact, that they basically reverse ended. So as we get into some of our bans, we see the Emoja ban immediately coming out. The Susano ban immediately coming out. These are not surprises. The Achilles target ban coming out for Awesome Jake. We see the Persephone target ban coming out to get rid of X-Jor, and a nice regular Thor ban. No problem there. No problem there. No problem there. And the ISIS ban getting rid of some of the standard OP nonsenses. Standard OP, standard OP. Now, what will be our first pick of this match? The power is unto you. Unto you. You've got the power. And we're going to see King Arthur locked in. King Arthur coming out for the boys. He's been a very popular pick for Illusional. He's been playing him all tournament long, and he doesn't seem to be straying from that now. Kumbhakarna getting hovered over. In fact, Kumbhakarna was actually banned in the last match. So it wouldn't be surprising them to get that. There it is. Kumbhakarna getting himself locked in for the support role. And an Uller. Looks like they might be locking in that duo lane right here, right now. Getting themselves a duo they feel comfortable with. Nothing wrong with that at all. Back over to the boys in blue. Will they decide to grab themselves a mid laner here? Will they pick up their jungler for Bandit? Maybe let that go through to a later stage. They might be less focused on getting Bandit exactly what he wants right now because of how well everybody on their team played. Yeah, Madrock looking at his Hachi again. I do believe he's played Hachi every single game this tournament except for one. Much like the way Illusional, I think, has played Arthur every single game this tournament except for one. Definitely going into their comfort picks. Nothing wrong with that. They only need one more win to win the tournament. So nothing wrong with going back to their picks. As they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Discordia gonna get locked in though. I don't mind that at all. Discordia passive, very good for helping out the team member that is the furthest ahead, giving him bonus damage. If that happens to be their jungler, then Bandit just has passive power. That could be a big deal. Zhongqi locked in for Grand Moth. Gonna be very strong for their team fight. Not a terrible pick against Discordia. She really doesn't have a way to get out of the Zhongqi damage. Back into our bands, we see Surcat Band come out. Definitely targeted that Bandit. Don't want to give him any potential carry gods. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see another jungler band from our red team Deathbringer boys. Illusional thinking about this. They're chatting about this band right now. What would be the most annoying? What would be the worst thing for their composition to deal with right now? They have decided that Neja doesn't tickle their pickle. They want to get rid of that. Daji, once again, banned out from Team Deathbringer. They don't want to deal with it. It's the second time they've banned that. They have no intention of seeing Bandit on that. And our final ban of the match going to be Poseidon. Interesting. Even though they've already got a Zhongqi Uller, it looks like they still might be a little bit afraid that Xjor would lock in the Poseidon just anyway, cuz. Thanatos getting picked. We've seen a lot of Thanatos this tournament. I believe he's a lot of players' comfort picks. And the Vamana being hovered. Ooh. Vamana Geb. That's a nasty finish to this composition. Once again, insert team name here has found themselves with a very strong draft. They have been drafting strong all tournament long. I do believe they have once again done it. Big fan playing to their strengths. On the other side, we see Soul coming in for their last pick. Looks like, well, they've got a lot of options here. How are they going to go down about this? A Soul solo, perhaps. Nope, they're going to switch it. Zhongqi solo. Thanatos in that jungle. Soul mid. Uller, Kumbhakarna lane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this could be it. We'll have to wait just a couple of minutes to get into the match, of course. Thank you, clan. Obviously didn't help my situation trying to, you know, get that alert situation resolved. Didn't figure that out, apparently. So, good job, me. You did it, Kappa. That didn't work at all. Okay, every time I do this, it just doesn't, okay, what if I do this? Huh? What if I just... Shouldn't this work? Shouldn't I be able to just, like, do that? Take two. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do... I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do... I'm just going to see if that helped. Now we'll see. I apparently have no power over my own Twitch channel. Apparently. I'm just at a whim. I'm at y'all's whims. All right, who's got another resub out there button that they can press? See if I finally figured out how to mute the sub alert during the tournament. See if I finally figured it out. Probably not, let's be real. Probably not. I got it wrong like 8 times in a row. I don't think I can. It has all the power. I have no power. I have no power here. It's okay. It says it's at 0% volume. It's obviously not. All right. It's obviously not at 0% volume. All right. You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. Okay, I tried. I give up. I'll have to probably do some research into that. Maybe I had to do... Oh, maybe I figured it out. Wait, maybe I just did it. Oh, no, I think I did it. Give me one more. Give me one more while we're waiting. Give me one more little announcement thing. I think that one's got to do it for realsies. That's got to be it. There's a mute button. I clicked a mute button. Everything should be muted. There's no way. It's impossible. It's absolutely, definitely muted this time. There will be no interruptions to this wonderful Smite match, okay? No interruptions. Okay. Second of potentially 3 finals. Should be getting brought in any moment now. Insert team name here versus Team Deathbringer. My belly is getting hungry for some lunch after this. I've got my money on insert team. Woo! Woo! I'm a genius. It only took me 12 tries. Woo! How does he do it? Okay, I've only been streaming for like 6 years. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Are the teams still on the same side? I believe they are. Insert team name here. Rush Deathbringer. Okay, we got that all wonderfully organized. Get these stupid trees off of my map. Let's get these players organized by their roles, ladies and gentlemen, really quick. Solo laners up top. Followed by the junglers. Boom, boom. Followed by the mid laners. Hey, wait a second. There we go. How did I screw this up already? How did I screw this up already? And supports and mids and jungles, and we're good. Last but not least, of course, I moved myself off to the side. So the tournament continues, ladies and gentlemen. Boys in blue coming hot off of a win. Insert team name here. Illusional Time Bandit, Arc Lupus, Mad Rock, and Farse. Coming off of their loss, we have ourselves Rush Deathbringer. Will they be able to make the comeback in this best of 3 series? We have got Awesome Jake, Tomahawk Warrior, X-Jor, Grand Moth, and Zuzi. Truly an incredible match. In the last round, we would be blessed to have a game even half as good. Even half as good as that. Fantastic. Now let's get ourselves right into it. Will we go all the way to 3? There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Do 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 do. All right. Do 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 do. Pretty standard starts coming out. Nothing crazy. Geb Hachi doing some punches in the face. They will win that lane clear, though, against the Kumba Soul. They probably shouldn't have, but they did. Kumba actually getting a nice route onto Geb. Soul does have her passive up, so she's hitting quite hard. But boy, golly, Madrock just doesn't miss. In the mid lane, actually, a little action breaking out as well. Discordia's got to be careful. That is an Uller, but he doesn't Kobe. But he will get the finish kill. First blood for Rush Deathbringer. X-Jor not messing around in this match. He will not be tamed. Grabbing that first blood, getting himself big on Uller early. Nice route coming out from Kumakarna on the Hachi. They got to kill those last 2 creeps, otherwise they're not going to get level 2. Not getting level 2 is way bad here. Oh, that creep is still dead. Kumba had to go ahead and pop that shell, actually, because of all that. Their active will be down. Geb does have a shell himself. At level 2, the Kumba Soul is pretty dangerous, particularly for this Geb if they're not careful. But they don't have to be careful. They're baiting for Time Bandit to rotate on over. That's a blink in from Vamana. That's a great knockup. That's a great slow. That's an easy kill for Time Bandit. Will they be able to pick up a second one? Probably not, as the rest of Rush Deathbringer is moving over to this dual lane. Geb looks like he positioned himself in a bad spot. He did move too far forward. Didn't get the backup memo. Tomahawk gonna make an immediate counter rotation in the jungle over to the dual lane, wrapping himself up a kill as well, keeping Rush's Deathbringer a little lead at exactly the same amount. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Over in the soul lane, Arthur versus Zhong Kui. Zhong Kui actually might come out on top of that matchup. Zhong Kui should be able to make that work. One of the few characters that actually has more healing than Arthur, particularly at that early stage of the game. Also, that sweet, sweet totem action. Fun fact, if you don't know it, if you get 5 totems in one match, you automatically win. It's true. The other team default surrenders. Not too much action right now as everybody's looking to get back into the farming. Try to calm down for a second after some of that craziness over in the dual lane. Kumba on his way back to the lane can immediately start putting pressure back on them again. Kumba Soul really should have pressure in this lane. They're doing a pretty good job of it right now. With that Soul passive and Kumba aggressiveness against this Geb early. That should be a winning matchup for them. They do have to be careful about their ward placements, though. Vamana, of course, can always rotate over and look for those kills, particularly in the early game when his base damage on abilities is very strong. His 3 hits for a lot at level 1, actually, too. Hits for like 120, plus it's a slow of attack speed and movement speed. Thanatos making a little gander at this solo lane. Looks like he thought better of it. Arthur either knew he was there or was playing back in general from that Zhong Kui that seems to be out-leveling him just a little bit. Hachi and Gab not pushing their luck too much right now. If Kumba belly bumps like that too liberally, he might actually find himself in trouble. The Geb Hachi could try to collapse on it if he does that too many times. He's certainly not invulnerable over here. But it looks like right now the plan is just let Woojer be Woojer. He got the first blood. Let him get farm. He's level 7 already with like a level and a half lead over Discordia. I've got a feeling they're going to put a lot of pressure into that Woojer, getting him as fed as humanly possible. Time Bandit having none of that, though. Doesn't want that Woojer to get big. He knows exactly what plan they're running. Over in the dual lane, once again, a little poke coming out from Deathbringer. Not enough to get them any craziness, but just a little bit of poke. Little jungle invade here. Insert team name here. Standing in the jungle. Looks like there might have been a couple taunts coming out there. There wasn't even any jungle there to do. Just a little mind game right there. Just standing in front of them, being a little bit of a bully. Woojer can't kill. Oh, that actually hit him. I can't believe that Discordia. Oh, actually went all the way down and hit him. Woojer definitely can't kill Vamana. But Vamana's not really going to be able to kill Woojer either when they're both at that much HP. But Time Bandit is doing a good job just kind of zoning them off of these potential camps. Over in the dual lane, once again, we see a little bit of Deathbringer just pushing him down the lane, forcing him to come back. Bandit, though, we talked about this. If they're not careful about their positioning, Time Bandit's just going to keep rotating over here. Good Hachi coming out, keeping himself alive. Bandit blinks in. Good shell coming out from Kumba. He doesn't think he's going to be able to save his partner. They're both going to go down for this. Solo not going to be able to save her. Kumba not going to be able to get himself far enough away. He's going to find himself down on the floor, throwing out a couple of laughs as he just gets punched by a big baby, and that brings Time Bandit up 3-0. On the opposite side of the map, we did see Tomahawk go and take a lot of the jungle, which wasn't a bad idea. He got some good farm off of that. There wasn't really anything else for him to do. He just farmed his entire jungle. Now he can maybe look for a counter pickoff. He's going to need to look for something right now because 3-0 on Time Bandit. That's a dangerous game that you're playing. That's a dangerous game. Speaking of dangerous games, Discordia here in the middle lane against an Woojer. Geb was there to bring him the shield to make sure that no trouble and no harm would befall him. Arthur just using his ultimate because why not? Doesn't cost you anything. Just use the ultimate. You got free cast abilities over here, kiddo. Keep on spamming away, even though it doesn't look like it's going to matter too much. 3-2 in favor of insert team name here. Rush Deathbringer, though, keeping that about 1K gold lead. Almost entirely, I imagine, onto this Woojer right now. We can look at gold value in just a second. Vamana not quite able to catch up there. If we go ahead and look at total gold per minute. Is that what I'm looking for? Gold per minute? Yeah. 512 on Woojer right now. Big. Oh, my goodness. And it shows, ladies and gentlemen, that was a rock, believe it or not. And now it is mush. Rotating all the way over into the duo lane. They tried, oh, Kobe. Oh, Kobe didn't land, but the axe landed. He's under tower. He's getting greedy for it. He got level 10. He's going to be alive right now. They try to get the rotation over from Mr. Team Name here. Can they make it in time? They do not. He gets the back off. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to find anything else either. Oh, man, this is going to be some Woojer v Vamana action, ladies and gentlemen. Who has the will to win? Look at this. Transcendence and Ninja Tabi already moving into their next item. Could be a Jotuns, could be a Crusher, could be a Brawlers for the anti-heal. You love to see it, but that does give a nice little 1,600 gold lead, 2,600 XP. Lead over here for Rush Deathbringer. Should be noted, they were in the lead in their last game. For most of the game, they were. But they ran into a slight damage problem from all of their members. Let's look at the damage this game. Looks a little bit more evenly distributed on both sides. Rush Deathbringer finding a little bit more luck. They've got Awesome Jake up there. They've got their Woojer. They've got their Soul up there a little bit. Not quite as detrimental in the only like 1 or 2 people doing damage department. Pretty good spread right now. Also early into the game. Only about 9 minutes. Hard to tell. And back to wave clearing. There's 3 blue members around Woojer right now. But he doesn't seem to care. To be fair, if I was a level 11 Woojer and the enemy team was mostly level 9 and a couple of them were less than that, I wouldn't be super afraid either. Deathbringer looking for a purple seal. They're going to get that purple seal, but now Soul's in a bad spot against Vamana. But great Kumba Karna ult coming out. They need to make sure that Vamana is in combat, though, so he doesn't get a blink off. Luckily, his blink is down for 15 seconds. Discordia ultimate is down. They got it down early. Bandit is not done with this fight. He wants to keep coming in on this. Thanatos ulting. Looks like to get away. He might need to come back in and help his team. That was a little bit early. He does land on the Geb, but right as Geb ultimate, a great Geb ultimate. This is a rough spot for everybody on Rush Deathbringer. It is 1 for 1 right now. They are chasing for the Woojer. If that Woojer dies, that's a lot of gold for whoever gets him, and it's going to be Discordia wrapping that up. A ton of cash, a ton of XP for knocking out the 3-1 level 11 Woojer, and they will take a little poke onto this Gold Fury. It doesn't look like Deathbringer knows at all. They will get a 1v1 over in that solo lane. Zhongqi taking out the Arthur. We talked about that matchup being favorable for that Zhongqi. Really shouldn't get 1v1'd, but still, between the 1v1, between the fight, between the Gold Fury, this game is almost dead even again. Still a little XP lead for Rush Deathbringer, mostly on that Woojer in the mid lane. But they've basically wrapped this game back up to even at the 10-minute marker. 5-6. 4 kills is Time Bandit, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 right now. He is feeling himself once again. He's going to be going that carry build as we expect. You see him with the Crusher. You see him with the Ninja Tabi. He's going to get himself a nice, sweet power, attack, speed hybrid build so he can do damage with abilities. He got found by an X-Jor in the jungle. And the fight is now officially breaking up. Thanatos ultis up, lands down right onto the Arthur. Arthur not nearly as big as he would like to be right now, and he's going to be surrounded by an entire team. Geb might be able to get him out, but Tomahawk finding himself in a bad spot in the backline. Bandit cleaning that up for his 5th kill of the game. Geb having a great ultimate. Unfortunately, Deathbringer not able to find any kills right now, actually. Even though they had 5 members surrounding them, they weren't able to make anything happen. A little kill over there, getting X-Jor another smackdown on Woojer. He's got pretty healthy mana and HP pools right now, so he can actually keep this going if he wants to. He is going to jump in onto the Arthur. Look at that damage, folks. That is the solo laner, and that solo laner is going to find himself dead. A little bit of waste of a solo there. Didn't think they were going to have enough damage. It's hard to anticipate all that damage coming out right now from Woojer. And now that Pyro looks like it will be up for the taking. Probably not going to get contested, much like the way insert team name here got the Gold Fury. Rush Deathbringer will very, very dangerously get that portal. They should have secured that with their team. Everybody kind of walked away before anything was happening there. But they will push themselves kind of back to where they were before that. 4,000 XP difference, 2,000 gold difference. Trying to get themselves up there. Once again, most of this on Woojer. 2-level lead, and their solo laner 3-level lead. That Zhongqi will be a problem. A level 13 Zhongqi, a level 14 Woojer. You don't need too much else to make it happen. So as long as they get that Kumbhakarna peel, baby, they get a little initiation from the Thanatos ult. That could be all she wrote this game for insert team name here. That could turn very quickly into a 3rd match. Now everybody's just kind of waiting for actives to come back up, waiting to come up with the next idea. Madrock not nearly as ahead as we're used to seeing him. Normally by this point we would see Madrock ahead a couple levels, maybe have a couple kills online. Something to that effect. But no such luck so far. Oh my goodness. Woojer once again in the middle of 3 people finding a kill onto Discordia. And now the rest of Rush Deathbringer is coming in here. Time Bandit has to ulti in order to get out of that. Thanatos ultis right back down onto the Geb. They're going to find 2 pickoffs right there for free. Plus they got the Vimana ultimate down. They very easily could group up and shove down a tier 1 tower right now. Arthur actually might be out of position as well. They might opt to go for the Arthur instead of the tower. He's pretty far away. Level 15 Woojer. Oh, man. Discordia only level 11. That will be almost impossible for her to just not get one shot. They're going to go straight for the tier 2 tower, in fact. They've got so much damage from the Woojer. I mean, if you look at his build, he's going to do a lot of damage to towers as well. But now Time Bandit going in. He knows who the target is. He knows he's got to get this Woojer down. He forces the Aegis. Kumbhakarna trying to peel him off as much as he can. The Zhongqi ulti will come out. Great time ulti right in the middle of everybody. They do take down Time Bandit. Kumbhakarna will find himself a little extra sleepy back in that fountain. Arthur trying to get back onto Woojer, but they can't get him. They have not been able to put down the Woojer this entire time. Meanwhile, Rush Deathbringer still has a soul. Split pushing over in the left lane, so she's going to get tower down. But now they've got 4 members of insert team name here. Will they be able to get some folks down? Tomahawk takes out the Geb. They've only got 3 people here now. They will get the kill onto the Zhongqi. That will be a lot of golden XP for Hachi, who just grabbed that. That's a big deal. A massive win, though, for Rush Deathbringer right there. Very good fight for them. 3,000 gold lead, 5,000 XP difference. If we look at these damage charts, watch this Woojer action. 12,000 Woojer, and he's looking like he wants to get a little bit more damage right here. Hachi dashes in. That could be the risky play of the day. He does Aegis the Axe, which actually might be enough to bait him in. He does bait him in. He gets Vimana there to save him. What an incredible play from Madrock, trusting in his team. Now Kumbhakarna's actually out of position, has to ulti to try to get away, but they're going to chase him down. He doesn't have anything right now. He's stuck. Vimana uses the ultimate, blocks the body bump with his big, fat baby body, and a great 2-for-0 trade for insert team name here. They are absolutely never out of it, and the Gold Fury is up waiting for them. Oracles are down. They've got a ward on it. They would know that this Gold Fury is being done. They're going to start it anyway. Discordia goes in and gives it a shot. Doesn't look like it's going to be contested at all, which means they're basically going to wrap this game up even again. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. What a great fight. Look at this. Back down to a 2,600 XP difference, a 1,300 gold difference. Nice. You love to see it. You love to see a great finals. Hey, you know what? This is why these two teams are here. Because they played dang well. They both play well as a team and individually. They both deserve to be in this spot. And they are showing exactly why. Rush Deathbringer seems sometimes just to stay a little bit too long. That would be my one recommendation to them right now. They almost always seem to get the better of the first fight, and then it seems like they either can't make a decision fast enough, or they go for one too many buff steals, and then all of a sudden insert team name here has respawned, regrouped, and they get that counter fight right back on them when they don't have their cooldowns and their actives, and they're not grouped up and ready for it. I would say they need to get in, get their damage done, accept their win, go back. Get in, get their win, accept it, and get back. Pyromancer has respawned. Let's go ahead and get the spawn timers back up onto our match. Time Bandit is going to sit on X-Jor this game. You know it. Pulling that Pyro a little bit right there on accident. Discordia throws down the ultimate, which does actually hit the Kumakarna. Vamana going in. He has the Fatalis finished. The jump is down on Uller. There is nothing that he can do. The second that jump is down, he's never going to be able to get away. What a great Gab ult, hitting him off. Thanatos trying to land back in to help out his boys, but it's not going to matter. Time Bandit's going for the quadra kill. He's not going to get it. Discordia will take that kill, but a triple kill for Time Bandit, holding down left click and W as hard as his keyboard and mouse will let him, opening up an opportunity here potentially for the real Fire Giant. That's 4 dead on Rush Deathbringer, nobody dead on insert team name here. They may in fact be able to grab this Fire Giant. Now they got to be careful. They've got a tank that's properly. Geb already getting hit by it. If Soul shows up, does she have her ultimate up? She does. Fire Giant at 20%, 10%. Fire Giant will slave Time Bandit. That is honestly the best thing that they could have prayed for, is to make sure that Vamana didn't have the Fire Giant on him at the 18-minute marker. That's a small blessing that Rush Deathbringer will have to accept in the situation, as they will also grab that Pyro on the way out. Time Bandit may be able to slay the entire enemy team, but he can't slay the Fire Giant. Don't you ever forget, there's always a bigger fish, folks. Back into the damage number. I am sure Bandit spiked after that fight. He did, right to the top of his team charts. 11,000 damage. We can see once again X-Jor and Awesome at the top of their team's damages. We saw this last game as well. Unfortunately, the rest of the team just not quite able to keep up right now. Not to say that they're playing poorly. We see 4 and 2 on Thanatos, doing what he needs to with those executes, making sure that he's getting people down. Absolutely not a horrible job. Kumakarna has had some great peel this game. He's obviously not going to do that much damage. That is not his job. He's been doing a fairly good job peeling that Vamana as best he can, which is arguably the hardest god in the game to peel by nature of Vamana ulti. They are looking for a pickoff right now. They might be able to find it. They find Discordia a little bit out of position. What a great axe on the Discordia in stealth. Discordia using a couple actives, couple ultimates there, and Time Bandit's here, and he's chasing down Uller. They know this part of the game. They know the drill. Arthur with a 3-man stun forces X-Jor to use his beads. Uller's going to have to be extremely careful in this fight. The second he jumps, Vamana's going to go for him. Vamana blinks in, though. He actually can jump right now and get away. You see it. Thanatos looking for something in the air. He comes, and he lands down onto Illusional. They might be able to find that pickoff kill right there. Will they be able to get anything? Time Bandit's already down. Lupus is already down. That's 3 kills for Rush Deathbringer. This tier 2 tower is already very low. Hachi has to ulti to get out of this, and an incredible team fight there from Deathbringer, keeping their Uller alive. Great, great team play around their carry. Now, moving in for this Phoenix, they've got 2 seconds until the Discordia spawns, with a full 20 seconds on the Arthur and Vamana. Kumakarna finds himself down and is passive on the side, but that's okay. He's got a little Uller there sitting with him. Uller going to find his way out by that duo lane side. They cannot get the Phoenix right now. Kumakarna might find himself killed to this Gab 2. He will. That is going to be too much for him. In classic Rush Deathbringer fashion, they find themselves winning a fight and then maybe staying just a little bit too long, so they didn't quite get as much out of it maybe as they should have. But they will come back and grab this Gold Fury. They got to be careful. Insert team name obviously knows that they're doing this Gold Fury. Only objective up on the map right now for them to do. They need to grab this quickly and get out. Because they stayed for that Phoenix, they're saying a little bit too long. Time Bandit coming in. Will they be able to keep pressing? That's a very low Zonkui. Looks like a tasty target for a Vamana dashing in. They've got the Geb shield. They still got a couple Fire Giants on those boys. They're not all gone yet. Gebel going to find the Woojer. He doesn't have his beads up. He gets a good Aegis off. But will he be able to keep the fight going? Discordia ulti's going to come back. Not quite going to find the connection. Thanatos with a great ult onto Discordia. Came out of nowhere, dude, with the iron flipping rod right onto the dome. Incredible play right there. Awesome Jake coming in with a little bit of that Zonkui ult. Not going to be able to find anything. Woojer, all members basically of Team Deathbringer here underneath this tower trying to hold. They'll want to give up a tier 2 themselves. Insert team name here. Looks like Vamana. Look at him on the side. He's waiting patiently. He's waited patiently all series long. He wants to try to find something in the back line. Here it is. He's jumping in. He's going for the soul. Left click, left click, left click, left click, left click. He's going for the Woojer. Oh! But a complete collapse onto him. He is not tanky. Great collapse from Rush Deathbringer to make sure that second that big baby was there. And a great play from Ektor. They're following him back down. They're taking them all out. Only one member left. Ooh. Woojer will fall down, though. Arthur doing full Arthur moves out to low Thanatos. They've got to pop their shadow, try to keep him alive. He's got the thorns up. Will it be enough? It will not. But a 5-for-1 trade for Rush Deathbringer. Absolutely incredible team fight for them. Thinking they stayed too long. They proved me wrong. They stayed exactly as long as they needed to. They knew exactly what they're doing. Great fight. At this point, Rush Deathbringer needs to start looking for these tier 2 towers. Start looking to invade this jungle. Prevent any more XP. Prevent any more gold from accruing on insert team name here. And then get wards out fast and furious over by the Fire Giant. To get ready for that big objective boy, because he just respawned. Okay. Meanwhile, for insert team name here, they've got a lot of damage from Vamana, but they need to make sure that they're getting the support that he needs. They're spending a lot of time peeling in the backline, which is great, but I'd like to see a little bit more. Honestly, it seems silly, but a little bit more like Geb peeling for the Vamana, which is kind of silly. But you get a Geb shield on him, you get a shell on him, all of a sudden he can really take advantage of left click, left click, left click, left click, left click. You know? Alright. So begins the Fire Giant tickle dance. Will we start it? Will we not? Will we attack you? Will we not? Nobody knows what will happen. Fire Giant dance, Fire Giant dance. Okay. Back it up. All right, now we just wait patiently for somebody to decide who wants to make the first big move, who wants to be the manly men. As far as the build comes out, we see nothing too crazy right now. We've got the anti-heal from Rush Deathbringer, which is smart for that Vamana. Good plays coming out. They've got the Contagion. They've got the Divine Ruin and a Pestilence. They've just got good overall anti-heal to make sure that Vamana can't just sit in baby form, which is very smart. Once again, Hachi is going that crit route. He's been running pretty much the same build all tournament long, going the Rage and the Deathbringer with the Devo Gloves Executioner for his power sources. And we see Rush Deathbringer starting up this Fire Giant. I have seen this before, ladies and gentlemen. Insert team name here. Will not be contesting the Fire Giant. They will be letting it go. To be fair, this is still Baby Fire. That is not the enhanced Fire Giant. It's Deja Vu. They'll be giving up that fire, not contesting it whatsoever. Gonna let them have it. If I've seen this film before, which I have, I do believe they're gonna let all these tier 2 towers go down as well. One tier 2 tower left over in the duo lane. Rush Deathbringer doesn't have their soul with him. I don't imagine they're gonna shove this. Yeah. After that last game where they tried to shove a Phoenix, and then unfortunately they found themselves on the wrong side of the Titan death, I think they're going to play this a little bit more safe. They've got a Gold Fury spawning here in just 15 seconds. Wouldn't be surprised to see them rotate over, grab the Gold Fury, grab that tier 2. Between those two things, that'll put them well over a 10,000 gold lead. They back up, get their items, and go for that Phoenix push. Eventually, you got to push a Phoenix, but you might as well put yourself in the best possible spot for it. Nothing crazy in terms of XP differences. Nothing super notable. We see, obviously, a couple levels down. Insert team name here on a lot of their characters. 1 level down support. 2 level down in the mid lane. 1 solo. Those are starting to very quickly become not a big deal. At the end of the day, 20 is 20. That's all you can do. They have decided not to back. They're going to go straight in for this fight here on the furthest Phoenix. This is the Phoenix you want to kill the most. Farthest away from the Fire Giant. Zhongqi not afraid at all to go in here, but the Gebel going to go in and hit 4 people. Soul finds herself in a bad spot, trying to get herself out. She will be able to go ahead and to separate herself out of that. Zhongqi now in the front line, but he is a Zhongqi. That's the person you want in the front line if you have to have one. No deaths on either side, but you can see Rush Deathbringer having flashbacks right now to shoving that Phoenix in the last game. So they are going to go ahead, bring everybody back, go spend some of that gold. I'm sure some of them had a decent amount of gold in hand. Yeah, I mean, 2,400 on Thanatos, 3,000 on Soul. That's a significant amount of gold that you can spend to buy items, get potions, get wards. They really ought to spend that. Looks like insert team name here might take a little bit of this time to maybe get a tier 1 or something. Those creeps might be able to take it. Slow and steady wins the race. Good initiation there from Farse. Good play. He blinked in, got a 4-man ulti. It only stunned 3 because I do believe Soul had already preemptively popped her beads for a Discordia CC. So she didn't get stunned by it, but it was a 4-man ult, which had been preceded by Discordia, I believe, hit a 2 or 3-man 2. So good overall defense from both the Mage and Guardian player on insert team name here. They've still got this Fire Giant buff for a minute. They're going to go ahead and try to shove down a different Phoenix, it looks like. Nope. Are they not going to go for this? They thought about it. They've still got the Fire Giant on them for a little bit. They might be a little bit scared from that last match and that last little fight they just had with that Phoenix. I think they're going to wait for the enhanced fire. Looks like they've been very confident in their battles and their team fights outside of Phoenix ranges. So they're going to go ahead, it seems, reset. They know they've got a 10k gold lead. And so they're just going to chill out, wait for the next Fire Giant to spawn, try to get enhanced fire, maybe look for a pickoff beforehand. They're rotating through this jungle together. Nobody's like positioning themselves to go shove a Phoenix, but they are positioning themselves to look for somebody that is out of position, and then they can quickly go get the enhanced fire, feel a little bit more comfortable shoving into those Phoenix with the big boy Fire Giant buff, not the little boy Matty Pocket Fire Giant buff, you know. They want a big Lasses buff. Insert team name here, kind of staying together. In fact, not only are they staying together, they have found that Rush Deathbringer is way too split up right now. Vamana blinking in. He does use his beads and ultimate right there. Can't find the connection on Soul, and we will see the rest of Deathbringer rotating over. It's hard to kill a Kumba. There's a good chance he lives quite long enough to get through this. That is Vamana in a Thanatos threshold range. That's going to be a kill on Vamana. That's a problem. They need to get the focus now onto the Hachi. Great stun from Hachi on the Thanatos, picking up that kill right there. 4 players remaining on both sides. Gebel coming out a little bit deep, though. He's going to find himself away from his team. He's going to be put down. Zhongqi getting quite low. Hachi just chunking right now on them, but he's going to find himself dead for his transgressions. Uller looking for Discordia in the backline. Can't quite land the stun. Arthur looks like he'll be able to pick up that Soul in the backline, but he does not land his stun. He misses his ultimate under the Soul that she's running away. And now they've got 3 members left. They've got 30+ seconds of death timer right now. If they can pick up this Arthur, they've got the Kumba, they've got the CC, they can get him in place. They most likely won't be able to end the game right here, but what they will be able to do is grab a Phoenix. They've got 3 archers, so they'll be able to get those in range for those backdoor protections. Quickly grab this Phoenix. That's the farthest Phoenix away from the Fire Giant, meaning that they will be able to have that pressure under the lane. while they go to do the enhanced fire giant in just a moment. Great fight out from Rush Deathbringer once again. Great idea from insert team name here, but just not quite able to collapse correctly on that. Actually, some minions going into the little Titan. Pop you in the head, Titan. Pop you in the head, pop you in the head. Couple more times, and you'll be dead. All right. Now both teams will have no choice but to defend around the fire giant, but because there's going to be those fire creeps coming down the lane, insert team name here is going to have to defend that lane. They're going to have to send somebody there, meaning they're going to be in some sort of 4v5 situation, at least for a little bit. Rush Deathbringer has started up the fire giant. As expected, insert team name here, not gonna contest the fire giant. They haven't contested one fire giant since this series started, unless they basically got it for free. So I don't suspect they're gonna start attempting that anytime soon. Once again, Rush Deathbringer playing it real safe, not letting anybody get the best of them. They're gonna go grab the Oni Fury, get those red buffed creeps in every lane, plus of course the dual lane will have red fire creeps, which are very problematic, very, very, very hard to kill. And that will give them a lot of presence as they shove in probably the mid lane. That'll give them a lot of presence where somebody will have to go over and deal with these creeps. Otherwise, as this Phoenix is respawning, it's going to get put down. As those creeps go into the Titan room, they will do legitimately good damage to the Titan, leading to backdoor potential. And look at me, sitting right here. Yeah, that's right, Hachi. How's it feel to be down there, my man? What's your point of view? You're sitting here. You're underneath your Phoenix. You know the enemy's coming towards you. You know your damage is legit. That's damage mitigated. 18,000 damage, second most on his team right now. He knows he's doing good, but look at that Woojer damage. Almost pushing into 30,000, folks. It's a scary life being a Hachi out here in the world. From his point of view, he's just looking around. He knows these towers are about to get shoved in. They're getting ready. Geb and Arthur need to be a little bit careful about their positioning, lest they find themselves picked off before the fight ever begins. 1 HP is Arthur. We'll see the blink scythe. It's not going to connect. He's now underneath the Phoenix. Thanatos going for the ultimate. Will he land it? He did. He has been landing those ultimates all game long. Great ultis from the Thanatos player. Should be very happy with that. Now we see rushing into the back line. Time Bandit will get the blink off. Will get the damage onto Soul, and we'll find the kill. Mid Phoenix will go down because of the Woojer. Vamana still alive. Popping the ulti to keep himself going. This right Phoenix can find himself in trouble. We see those big creeps coming down that left lane that we talked about earlier. Vamana will find himself dead. We got creeps moving into the Titan room. Those are big, thick creeps. Discordia has to defend it. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is trying to find a beautiful Blink Gebel for the 3-man stun, bringing down the Zhongqi under 10% HP. Geb will find himself back in the base, but alive. Hachi finds the kill. He's going to keep pressing up onto that Kumba. Meanwhile, Woojer here finds himself against the Discordia and the Geb, and gently walking away. 2 Phoenixes, though. Kumakarna dead over in the solo lane. Hachi will be able to put him down. Overall, Deathbringer takes down 2 Phoenixes, keeps the game alive, though. Insert team name here, doing just enough that they need to keep their Titan boy standing. And as long as your Titan boy is standing, there is a chance. Their left Phoenix has come back up. So from 1 Phoenix down to 2 Phoenixes down. Not a world that they haven't been in before. 35 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 22 to 27 kills. Rush Deathbringer has themselves a nice 16,000 gold lead. What an incredible match from these 2 teams once again. Great play there coming out from Hachi and Geb underneath that right T2 to save the game. Honestly, it might be underrated too. Discordia did clear out those creeps. I know it sounds kind of silly, but you'd be amazed how many times somebody forgets to go clear out creeps, and all of a sudden the Titan's at 10% HP. She knew what she had to do. She knew she had to back up, get rid of all those creeps that were coming on the left lane and the mid lane. Everybody has a job to do. Sometimes it's not as glorious as the others, but every job is important. Woojer wants to take this fight to Vamana. He's real tired of Vamana blinking in on his team. He's tired of being the one initiated on. He's trying to get involved over here. Thanatos is in the air. They might continue to go for this Vamana. That is a creeping curse from Zongqi onto Vamana, so he can't heal at all. Geb with another great Blinko. Woojer finding himself at half HP. Luckily, nobody able to come in and slay him. Defense for insert team name here. Fire Giant will be spawning soon. I don't imagine Rush Deathbringer is going to rush in here while this Fire Giant's about to spawn. That would be a risky play of the day. They're getting decent poke off. They do have the fire creeps over in the mid lane. They've got them coming in over in the solo lane. They might think this is their best opportunity to shove in, though, with that pressure from the fire creeps. Once again, good pressure coming out from insert team name here. They got to be careful. They're down to half health. Zongqi has no ultimate up. He had just used it earlier in that section. In the backline, Thanatos comes in, but he misses the scythe. Not able to get it off. Now finds himself in trouble. Soul trying to be sneaky around the back. Down to about 1 HP. Vamana actually had to leave and go defend the Titan. Creeps once again going into the Titan room. Absolutely nobody has died yet. 3 members for insert team name here, pushing out this duo lane, though. They're looking for something. Zongqi might be able to pick up the kill on Discordia. He's not quite dead yet, but he's going to find himself now in a position where he has no choice but to die. Once again, insert team name here finds themselves defending, and now they've got their mid and right Phoenix coming up sooner than later. The enhanced Fire Giant is awake. It is ready. If I'm Rush Deathbringer, I go for this real quick. I put this but down before the enemy team gets their Phoenixes up, because if they get all those Phoenixes up, plus they come contest this Fire Giant, that could be a problem. You know that they've been wary to contest it beforehand. They're finally showing up. Vamana comes in by himself, though. He just went in too early, ladies and gentlemen. Finds himself dead. Oh, no. They haven't contested the Fire Giant all game. Don't lose it now. They do get a return kill onto the Thanatos, though. They've cleared out the mid and right waves enough for them to be able to get those Phoenixes up and respawning. We find Zongqi was dead from beforehand. Thanatos is dead from now. We have a dead Hachi and Vamana, but insert team name here really wants to get off as many Fire Giants as they can. Nobody else gonna be falling down. 3 members of Rush Deathbringer with that enhanced Fire Giant, that being Woojer, Soul, and Kumbhakarna. Looks like there might be 1 wave of fire creeps left here in mid. There is, but Discordia should be there in time to clean up that. Arthur's got the creeps in right. Wow. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All 3 Phoenixes back up. Only 3 members of Rush Deathbringer with the Fire Giant. What an incredible, incredible situation to find ourselves in. 46,000 damage, Woojer. Look at Hachi moving his way up for his team. 34,000 damage as we move into potentially the last team fight of the game at 39 minutes. Deathbringer putting some pressure on the mid Phoenix, and already Zongqi finding himself down to about 30-40%. Geb actually might be mispositioning himself, but they've got Bandit diving in the backline on Vamana. Woojer doesn't seem to have his jump up. He just barely got it up in time, but look at that left click madness coming down for Vamana. That's 2 dead. That's 3 dead for Rush Deathbringer. It can't be happening again. It's their nightmare. Insert team name here. Takes 3 kills off of Rush Deathbringer at the 40-minute marker as they chase down the mid lane. If Kuma finds himself out of position, they've got 50-second death timers, ladies and gentlemen. All 5 members of insert team name here are up. They've got great tower damage. They've got great objective damage. The Vamana and the Hachi will burn these down. Only Thanatos and Kumbhakarna remain. What can 2 little boys do against such a force? Pushing down upon them as they dive in for the Thanatos. Take down the last damage-dealing member of this team. He makes it into the fountain, but not before Vamana makes it into the fountain and brings him down. They can't do it. The first Twitchiest sub-community tournament will go to insert team name here, taking the finals 2-0 with 2 reverse sweeps onto Rush Deathbringer. What an incredible set from both of these teams. Ladies and gentlemen, both should be so proud of how they played. I'm very, very proud of the Twitchiest community for putting on such an amazing show, such amazing games from everybody. Great gameplay, great calls, great throws, great action, and congratulations. Insert team name here has won, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to Madrock, Farce, Illusional, Lupus, and Time Bandit for their win here in January. And of course, Rush Deathbringer will not be leaving empty-handed. They will be getting skin codes as well. So grats to X-Jor, Tomahawk, Zuzi, Grand Moth, and Awesome Jake. They will not be leaving empty-handed, ladies and gentlemen. If you were on one of those teams, make sure you talk to a mod. The mods will be gathering the PayPals for the winning team, guys, so I can send out the tournament winnings. And if you're on Rush Deathbringer, the mods will be in contact with you in order to get all of your Discord names together so that I can send you your Smite codes that you have won to your Discord. So the mods will be getting in contact with you, PayPal for our first place winners, and Discord for our second place winners to make sure we can get the cash and the codes sent out, guys. Really, really amazing set. Only got 2, didn't get a best of 3, but honest to God, those 2 teams, that could have gone either way. Really incredible. We've mentioned it a couple times, but I want to mention it here particularly for when this ends up on YouTube one day. Our February tournament is coming up, guys. We are upping the prize pool to $500 for the February tournament. This was our little test January tournament to see how things would go. So in February, the first place team will get $75 each. The second place team will get $25 each, and we will do a third place match in February for third and fourth place, and the third place winner will get skin codes, so that way we can also do a third place match. I want to get that going for February. The next games will be played on February 9th. February 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern is when we will have our next games. It'll be February 9th, and then February 16th and 23rd for those games. Then you can still sign up for that tournament. If you haven't signed up for the February tournament, it's not too late. You have until the end of January to make sure you're signed up to play for a chance to win those cash and prizes. So if you want to get to know the Twitchiest community better, if you want to be on the big screen, if you want to get your name out there and maybe you want to get noticed, I'm not promising, but this could be a decent way to get noticed by like a challenger type dealio, a minor league dealio. You know, always getting your name out there is good. If you just want to play and find more people in the Twitchiest community that have a similar drive to you, it's a great place to meet friends, to queue up ranked with, to queue up casuals with, to play other games with. So if you're interested in that, if you're on stream, you can type in !tournament and !sub tourney. That will give you all the information that you need to know how to sign up, how to be qualified. If you're on YouTube, if you look in the description for the video, it'll let you know what to do. All you have to do is be a sub to the Twitchiest community on Twitch, whether that's through a gifted sub, that works, a Twitch Prime, a Quest Mode free sub, whatever, any way that you come about it, and then make sure you sign up using the sign up form in the Discord. If you have any questions that you need answered, please join the Discord community, even if you don't plan on signing up for the tournament. They're there to answer questions, whether it's about the tournament, whether it's about Smite, whether it's about anything in your life. They're there to have your back and have a good time. Thank you, all of you guys. It's been truly an incredible little experience here in January with our test tournament. I'm very excited to be able to throw more money at the tournament. I'm very excited that we got some of the bugs worked out, that I've got a little bit better idea on how spectating works, on how to get the game set up. The mods have a better idea of how to make sure everything flows smoothly, how many people sign up compared to how many people show up. So I think the February tournament should be even better games, even better people showing up with more money on the line, all sorts of great things. So thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for your support of the Twitchiest community. I'm off to get my D&D